In the early 1980s, two things dominated the lives of every kid: Star Wars and video games. And it wasn't long before Hollywood sought to capitalise on this in an effort to wring out what little loose change was left in your pocket. Released in 1984, The Last Starfighter told the story of a teenager, Alex Rogan, on the cusp of adulthood, eking out a meagre existence in an isolated trailer park, yearning for adventure. Alex's only escape was a sole arcade machine, and he's become quite the expert at shooting alien bad guys. Little does he know the video game is a training simulator, and his high scores are about to see him enlisted into an interplanetary war. Like Star Wars, the film captures the hero's journey perfectly, and despite being derivative, it delivers a fun experience with likeable characters. As with Tron, the early CG doesn't stand up to today's multi-million-dollar efforts, but it still holds a certain charm, particularly Alex's strikingly designed ship, the Gunstar. Now a sequel is being touted. I know what you're thinking, is no property sacred from Hollywood reheats, but this sequel is intriguing. Original writer Jonathan Betuel and Rogue One writer Gary Whitta just dropped a sizzle reel of concept art for The Last Starfighters, and I have to admit it looks pretty good. Continuing on from the original story, it seems there's now a whole squadron of starfighters. The concept art suggests the film would open with a dogfight, with the pilot of a downed Gunstar being executed by an assassin. But who is this assassin, and why does he want to kill pilots? Next up, we see a shadowy figure at the Starbright trailer park. The assassin has come to Earth. Alex Rogan kills the assassin, and the alien's body is sprawled across the table in front of the other residents. This picture begs many questions. We last saw Alex leave Earth to take a role training new starfighters, so why is he back on Earth? Is he retired? Just visiting? Hiding out? What is clear is the alien assassin has come looking for him. This is his call to adventure, and soon he's climbing back into the cockpit and launching off on a new mission. The rest of the sizzle reel shows a variety of alien worlds and space stations. There's little to suggest what the threat is or the purpose behind the assassinations. No doubt there will be a team of young hotshot pilots eager to get into the action, and perhaps their inexperience is why they need Alex back in the saddle. I hope the sizzle reel helps the project get some traction and move closer to production, and with luck, Lance Guest is open to return. Right now, we all need a heroic story, and if they keep true to the ethos of the original, this should be a simple tale of good and evil, of love and loss, and of the everyman achieving greatness through grit, determination, and refusing to quit. The reel ends with a snippet of dialogue from the original movie, a message of hope to the disenfranchised. Alex sees himself by his limitations and doesn't see the potential that Centauri does. Unlike Alex, The Last Starfighters doesn't see itself as just a sizzle reel. It sees itself as a tentpole movie, and judging by this pitch, it makes a pretty persuasive argument. Time will tell if this is enough to make executives greenlight the project, or whether it will just fight evil in another dimension. But should that day come, I'll be front of the queue.